Hey, welcome to Loose Change. No assembly required. I'm Jim Evans. Thanks for joining us. We'll be so glad you did. We have a fantastic guest standing by, a musical guest at that. So stay right where you're at. What's going on? Of course, the holidays. Hopefully everyone's having a great Christmas and or had in the holiday season and the New Year's ahead. This is a great time with all the holiday lights. You guys like that, Greg? I know you like that. Did you hear, though, about the Christmas tree in downtown Youngstown when they were going to get it all set up? They went to transport it, and the top of the tree snapped off. And I was thinking, wow, that's a big switch, because normally in Youngstown, it's a bank branch that fails. But they got a great tree, and it all worked out. I was out holiday shopping at Walmart, saw something different there, something new. They try to accommodate all their customers. Did you know they now have a layaway for shoplifters? You come in, pick out a few items, put in a layaway, come back and swipe it later. You're good to go. And always at the holiday season, there was a lot of movies coming out. I saw previews for a movie about Gary Hart coming to theaters for the possible 2 people that might want to see it. Did you guys see the Miss Universe pageant? Miss Philippines was the winner. I actually watched it, and oddly enough, there was a contestant, a woman, who reminded me of someone I went out with a long time ago. Who was it? Miss Steak. And of course, we're in the winter season now. All kinds of crazy weather going around. And in Washington, D.C., they still have a sharp eye out for an approaching huge front. Oh, wait, that's just Stormy Daniels. Hey, don't storm away. Jack Ciarniello joins us next right here on Loose Change. Hang around, I would if I were you.
Armstrong would like to thank our customers for being part of the Zoom Internet journey. 2 decades of speed, reliability, and innovation. The future is faster with Zoom.
Welcome back to Loose Change. I'm Jim Evans. I had the great pleasure to be joined by one of our area's top musicians. He's also the owner of Take Note Productions, the one, the only Jack Ciarniello. Jack, thanks for being with us.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Hanukkah.
Thank you. Yeah, and for those who don't know, this is what we like to do with our victims or our guests off the top of the off the top of the program. Give us a little background information about yourself, where you're from, and how your career path took shape.
I'm from the great district of Austintown,
there you
Ohio.
go.
Yeah, I drove a long way to get here. I was born in Youngstown, lived here all my life, moved away for a while. I went to set the world on fire, and I stopped back for more matches. So, yeah, just glad to be back in the area. And music's been my whole life, and I've been blessed and fortunate to be able to turn it into my living.
Yeah.
And so just really thank you for having me.
Oh, it's our pleasure.
I can't wait to share some holiday music.
We're looking forward to that for sure. You've traveled and played in different countries, and what brought you back to Youngstown and got you going with your company?
Well, I had the opportunity to help Mom and Dad out. I'd been out east, and I was doing film scoring and music for industrial videos and shorts and things like that, playing in groups. And my dear Mom and Dad, they needed a little hand, and so I decided to move back to Youngstown. You know, in retrospect, what I was doing out east with the internet and everything that's available nowadays, you can basically do anywhere. Mm-hmm. You know, I'll get projects in. There's often times where the director, the producer, the composer, and myself, as the realizer of the music, we will never, from the beginning to the end of the project, be in the same room together, sometimes not in the same city together at one time. Something. And yet, the final product goes out because of the internet. And so it's a great time. I enjoy being in Youngstown, the cost of living.
Sure.
The
great people.
Family,
yeah.
you know, that just everything about the area. It's a great, great place to raise a family, of which that's why I can't get the grin off my face, because I have a beautiful wife and an 8-year-old. Her name's Ruby Almarinda Ciarniello.
Ruby, here's Dad.
Yeah, and she's just the light of our lives.
I'll bet.
And she's musically inclined, as is my wife.
Right.
So, needless to say, we're able to plug into the musical community in our area. I'm fortunate enough to be able to rub shoulders with some of the greatest musicians, not just in Youngstown. We're talking about world-class players that just happen to live here in Youngstown, and that's neat too. So.
For those who don't know, just give us a brief description about what Take Note Productions does.
We are a full-fledged recording studio. We do multimedia, composition, a lot of music, a lot of video, and some web development, although I'm leaving that to the professionals these days. But take note, oftentimes what I'll be tasked with doing, somebody will come in that's maybe a singer-songwriter, and they don't have anywhere to go with their music other than what they might have on paper.
Okay.
Sometimes they don't even have a chord progression or the music. They just have the melody and the words in their head. And what I'll have them do is I'll have them sing the song to me. I'll work out the chords, asking them all along the way, is this what you had in mind, that type of thing. We'll work our way through the song. As a matter of fact, I just had a session this afternoon where I did just that. Great vocalist, great songwriter, but doesn't really play anything.
Yeah.
So he'll sing his song, I'll work out the chord progression, then we'll figure out genre specific, what he had in mind. I'll do what's called realize all of the instruments with the computer and the keyboard. We'll do a mock-up of it. He'll put a scratch vocal on it, and then we'll bring instrumentalists in and do it for real. So from somebody's idea all the way to a finished CD, or nowadays a digital download.
Yeah.
And so that's a lot of what we do.
You know, a lot of cooking there. One more thing here before we have you perform, and not a moment too soon, but you're involved at YSU. Tell us about that.
Now, about 8-9 years ago, Dr. Mike Christ and Dr. Ted Perkins approached me. I was doing accompaniment, a lot of accompaniment at the time down at the School of Music. And I was accompanying a young lady, and she had asked me to record her senior recital. So I was setting up my microphones in the recital hall, and Dr. Perkins came up to me and said, "Is this all of your gear?" And I said, "Well, yeah, actually, that's what I do for a living." He said, So we met. Long story short, I was made head of the degree program is called a Bachelor's of Music with an emphasis in music recording.
Okay.
And then there are subtracts in entrepreneurship, nonprofit leadership, video production. And so this is it's a program that's offered at YSU. The program, we're very, very happy to say, is growing. Professors that are just the top of their game. So Dana's I feel it's
pretty special.
Just a shining star in our community. So thanks for giving me the opportunity to talk about that.
Wanted you to
We're
do that.
pretty proud of
for
that.
sure. That's fantastic. All right, we want to have you do some numbers here for us.
Absolutely.
So everyone, this is Jack Ciarniello.
We're going to start out with Leroy Anderson's perennial favorite, Sleigh Ride.
Jack Ciarniello, everybody.
Thank you.
We're
Merry
that was
Christmas.
Can you come over to my house and
Sure,
play
we
sometime?
can work
That
it
was
out.
fantastic. Holiday music,
Absolutely.
even into the new year. We'll have more with Jack right after we do this here on Loose Change. Stick around.
Armstrong would like to thank our customers for being part of the Zoom Internet journey. 2 decades of speed, reliability, and innovation. The future is faster with Zoom.
We are back, Loose Change. I'm Jim Evans again, along with Jack Ciarniello. And before we have him play a couple more great tunes, obviously music is a passion for you, and you get out and play some jazz stuff with the John Reese project. I used to follow a lot. I haven't had a chance to recently, but like to get back into that. They're always fabulous, and I know you really enjoy that and other venues as well. Talk about that if you would.
Well, I perform, very, very fortunate to be able to perform with the W.D. Packard Concert Band, the
nice.
Jazz Band, the Dixieland Band. I get tapped to play the YSO Pops concerts. I've had an opportunity, Carl calls me from the Cleveland Pops whenever their regular player can't make it in. So I have those types of opportunities, but I also do, I have 2 churches that I play for on Sunday morning, the United Methodist Church in Hubbard and Central Christian Church in Hubbard. And I also do a lot of playing for assisted living facilities, nursing homes, and I'll come out and my face hurts from smiling.
Really?
From an hour-long performance, I play at different assisted living facilities in the area. And to spend an hour with people that look forward to you coming all week long, it's a bright spot in their day, and they're just so appreciative. And when I'm playing music for seniors, I'll look out at the audience. A lot of these people, they have their eyes closed. Some might be crying. Others are mouthing every word to the song. They know them. And I've had activity directors come up to me after and say, I'll use Mrs. Smith. Mm-hmm. Mrs. Smith is in our Alzheimer's unit. I didn't know she remembered anything, but she sang that song. And I'll see little glimpses of that where the power of music is such. I'll kid with the people. I tell them, no matter how rich you are, you can't afford to buy a ticket to this next place. And they look at me like, what are you talking about? I said, because you can't buy a ticket to a place and see it through 6-year-old eyes anymore. Remember, before the IRS, before breakups, before heartaches, before hospital visits, when you got out of bed in the morning, your feet hit the ground, and it didn't matter whether you had $1 million or nothing. Yep. It was like, it's a new day. What am I going to do today? Yeah. And that type of feeling, the music that accompanied that period in their lives, when I touch on that music during a performance, it has the ability to whisk them back for 3 minutes, for 4 minutes. They close their eyes and they can be in that safe place where mom and dad took care of everything and they didn't have a care in the world. And that's just priceless. When I know I'm having the opportunity to help somebody for a couple minutes go to that really safe place, it's just priceless. So
agreed. That's fantastic. I'm glad you shared that with us. You're going to share some more music,
sure,
if you would. So let's
I'd
bring it
like
back
to
and
play a version.
get to work.
We're not going to show off at the piano here today.
That's okay.
I would like you to take just a couple minutes, please, 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 if you can. Stop doing what you're doing, just sit and listen. This is a beautiful arrangement of Silent Night. So I hope you enjoy
Jack
it.
Ciarniello.
we know that Christmas time, that a lot of the music revolves around bells. Carol of the Bells, I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day, Jingle Bells, and we're going to do a mashup, if you will, of tunes that have to do with bells, starting with Carol of the Bells.
Outstanding.
Thank
What a
you.
selection. That was
Thanks.
fantastic, Jack.
Thanks. Pardon the cool hit.
No, you were hot on the keys there, so we never know it. Before we let you get going here, just a moment. Unfortunately, we're out of time. We'd love to have you perform some more. But where might you be out playing in the coming weeks ahead here?
Well, I tell you what, we're doing a lot, myself and John, and
John Reese,
in different incarnations of that band, sometimes with Tom Ruggieri and Tim Harker on sax, Caitlin Deladurante on vocals. We have Will Krebs, and sometimes Vinny Vivacqua joins us. Anyways, we're going to be at some of the wineries, Hartford Hill,
Okay.
Green Eagle, the vineyards at Pine Lake. Hi, you guys. You know, you can go to John Reese's website. If you just
Yes.
Google him, John Reese Trombone. He has an active calendar that's updated where we can be found. And we'll just hope that folks will come out and join us for the holidays. So.
Well, we can't thank you enough for your time here and make
Thank
this
you.
a special show for us. Thanks so much again. It's great
Appreciate
to see you, and
Merry
hopefully
Christmas,
we'll have you in
everybody.
again.
Thank
you, and Happy New Year. Jack Ciarniello, everyone. We'll be back to wrap it up here on Loose Change right after this.
Armstrong would like to thank our customers for being part of the Zoom Internet journey. 2 decades of speed, reliability, and innovation. The future is faster with Zoom.
Well, that's going to do it for our show. Now, we taped this right before Christmas, and the holiday music will carry over to the New Year, but it's timeless, so that's really cool. We're really glad we had the opportunity to have Jack Ciarniello come in and join us. Thanks so much to Jack, and as always to Greg Roden. Greg, happy holidays and best wishes. Good luck in the new year coming up for you, and to all of you, of course. And don't forget, you can check us out on YouTube. Just go to Armstrong Loose Change. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, happy New Year's. Merry Christmas, Mom. Love you, and everybody else. Alexa, take us out in the new year. Catch you next time here on Loose Change.